Hello everyone, Radar here with another grounded video. Today's video, another component of the Crimson Keep, the bowling alley. Yes, I have a monstrous bowling alley. It took me about 15 to 16 hours to complete. I happened to stream one really long night and get it all done in one go. Anyway, going in, you have your cases for trophies on either side of the door. Security guide. You have the area where you check in to pay for your rental for your lanes, as well as, oh, not these bottom. You need shoes. After you get checked in, you can come in, you get your bowling ball. I could put more rocks through here, but I'm not going to. Then the concession stand, where you can get your cheese and burgers and nachos and different soft drinks, maybe even a beer or two. You never know. But that's the concession stand here in the bowling alley. Bowling alley does have its own little arcade area. Like I said, we used to be able to put signs in these guys. Oops. I really wish I would not have taken that away, because that would be perfect for right here. But it is what it is. So we have basically these represent arcade machines, and then of course you can sit back, play some basketball. Those little bitty basketballs that roll back to you. That's what this is. It's all fenced off. Now there's an opening right here. And then there are the upper areas that are in between each pit. There are 10 lanes, 5 pits. So you have one pit there, and they keep going. These are the areas for people who want to watch but aren't on the team. They can sit up here and watch. There are no seats over here to watch this team because, well, that's the sidewall. Same on their side. There's 4 areas up high to sit back and watch what's going on down here. When I bowled 20 years ago, this is reminiscent. This setup is very, very reminiscent of a lane that I bowled in 20 years ago. You had your 4 seats. Now, if we get half walls, which are coming, half walls are on their way. If we get vertical half walls, that's what I need. So if the wall starts there and ends there, I would then add the computer monitor right there. You know, where you put in your names and everything and correct any screw ups that the lane might have had. But if I put that right there, it just blocks everything. If we get vertical half walls along with horizontal half walls, I can put it right there. And of course, a scoreboard for each team up top. The lanes are, you have your foul line right here across the front. You can't cross that when you're rolling. These lines right here denote the gutters. I couldn't quite get the gutters as close to a bowling alley as I could, but I came pretty close, I think. And then, of course, the different decorations and stuff like that they have in there. There aren't too many lights in here, but that's okay. Now we duck underneath here. There are lights under here. As you can see above, there is a clay foundation up there. That is the pin setter that comes down. This door frame you see right here is the sweep arm that comes by and cleans off all the pins that are on the ground. Gets them all picked up. And of course, and head totems in the 10 pin configuration. It's 10 lanes wide with a spot on each side for the workers to go around here to the back. You have the extra pins or whatever. This is the maintenance area. You have your ladders in case you need to get up top anywhere. Workbench. And even though there's a rock right here, because it is built really close to the rock, you can still technically get in and out of here. It's just, well, there's a rock in the way. So this side's the side to use. And then, of course, the employee entrance. Zip line in, go to work. So that is a quick rundown of the bowling alley. Now I'm going to switch over to creative and we're going to build it. I'll give you all the specifications as far as how long the walls are and everything like that. We'll get all that done when I'm in the creative mode. So give me one moment. Let me pause and I'll be right back in creative and we'll get building. All right, so here we are on my creative file. Show you the sides of the building. I've already laid out a bunch of it just to kind of get it out of the way. But we're going to go to photo mode real quick. I like to use photo mode for like counting walls and stuff. So we're going to count the side wall. This is the shorter side. The other side's one wall section longer. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So it's 16 down this side. And then because of this one little section, it's 17 down this side. But the problem is, because my creative file is a little bit different than my survival file, I'm closer to the rocks than I want to be. So we won't be doing the entire right side. We'll just be focusing on the left. So We go back out to the front. This is right in front of the Ladybug Cafe, by the way. It's one foundation with a ramp leading up onto it and another ramp leading up to the 2 high foundations. So a double high foundation, because most bowling alleys I went to, you had to go up the stairs to get in. So at this little front area is 4 across. We need 2 doors. And then in each corner there was what was it? Trophy cases. I don't remember what they were called. And then a random angled wall. Literally, a random angled wall. Now we're going to sink this down. There we go. And that is your starter area for your front counter. Put in a shelf to put some baskets on it, because that's where we store the shoes and stuff. The counter for the cash registers, as well as, where you get they put your shoes to hand them to you. We're going to use these boxes like they would be like a computer. So when you go in, you buy your however long you're going to bowl for. That seems really narrow, but okay. Anyway, so that's the front entrance. You got your trophy case to the other side and your front desk area that has like all the shoes and stuff underneath it. And then behind that was a solid wall. Now this wall is not sunk. This wall is regular height. I have no clue why the game decided to put a wall right here, but that's awesome. There we go. And behind this was more baskets, and these had the pebblets in them, but it's to signify, bowling balls. Where are they? Here. So I just had a bunch of these going down, each with one pebble in it to, like I said, represent the bowling ball itself. So that is your front desk, and of course there's people working behind the desk. It helps they face the right way. Still have yet to hear from the person who's supposed to be the quote-unquote bowling alley manager what he wants these people to wear. He hasn't told me the armor yet. All right, now we're going to do a little concession stand area. We got this door. And this one's, it's a 2x3. So there's 1 and 2. And then on this side, 2, 3. And that goes there because that's where the menu boards go. Let me show you all the prices and everything they offer. Looking for this. I don't know why I looked somewhere else. Now, yes, this will fit just 3 of them across. But the reason I don't do just 3 across is because I want to put other stuff right here. Now, ant heads are being used for bowling pins, but they're also used for what is it? Your fountain drinks. Your refillables. And then a little griddle area. I need to, yep. This one's always easier to do if you're already in crouch position. Now you have your hot griddle area. But you still got to have a different way to cook because not everything's cooked that way. And then, of course, yes, these are actually meant to make smoothies, but they're great for making nacho cheese. All right. So you have your 2 concession stand workers working the concession stand. There you go. All right. Now we're going to do the arcade. Plus, I'm going to show you guys the actual foundations that I should have started with, but that's my bad. So off this front wall, not counting this portion right here where the front door is, but off this corner where the wall where it's 16 long, we're going to go 2 high off the ground. Yes, there's a wall there that's basically going to be useless. We're going to go 6 front to back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that brings me to right there. Now I'm going to even it off. Once again, that's 6. 2 high on the foundations from the front wall, 6 back. Then another 3 of just single high foundations. All the way across this gets a little ramp. And this last one, just this one, gets this. It's for the workers to go down and do their thing in the back. So that's the foundations. That's my bad for not doing that a little earlier. Like I said, 2 high foundations from the corner where the wall is 16 long. It's 6 foundations, 2 high. Drops down to 3 foundations, single high, and then down to the ground or the bottom level. Now we're going to do the lane. There's a lane missing right here. As you can see, the lanes are 6 sections in total length all the way to the back. I'm going to go ahead and set up this last one right here. So to create the gutter, like I said in a different video, make sure to do the walls, at least the blueprint for the wall before you put the blueprint for the foundation down, or else you're might have a little trouble getting the wall to sink down halfway, actually all the way into the ground. Like I said, it's 6 long. The lane is basically 5, and then there's the 6th one is where the pins are. And I had this kind of deconstructed so we can look at it from the side, and you kind of see what I was going with for that build and what I came up with. And I run up the wall. Okay. Now, obviously, this area back here is the employee area. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is the employee entrance. This, however, is the maintenance area where, you know, if you don't belong back there, you shouldn't be back there. And I went with these to go all the way up and down like that, because from a distance, as you can see, the door frames, which are the pin sweepers, they kind of disappear from down here, especially when you're over here like this, looking at it like that. So when we're done, when we're done with this, all the end heads and just these 3 for the totems, for the pins, you'll see that these things disappear. So at the top of the second wall section across this back area behind the pins is where I have the foundation at. The foundation is the pin setter that drops down and resets fresh set of pins, or picks up the pins from, you know, after your first shot and picks them up and then resets them for the second. But that goes all the way to right here. You basically want to be able to squeeze 1 door frame in there. Now, before I put the door frame in, what I'll do is I'll take these ant head totems. I'm going to switch to first person for a little bit more precision. We'll go 4 across the back. So it's 4, 3, 2, 1. Did 4 across the back. Then the next 3 kind of offset in the gaps. If you've ever been bowling, you kind of know how the setup already looks. Then 2 in those gaps, and finally the head pin. You've got that like that. Now you're going to come back with the door frame as your pin sweep. And then to hide it all, make it all disappear, I have that other door in the wrong spot. That's okay. And you want those to kind of go halfway down, just so you can see just the pins without seeing all that other stuff. This is in the wrong spot. Yeah. I was thinking about where I wanted to put it, but yeah. So, oh, that's right. There's a wall right there. Why want to go down there? Because there's a wall in the way. So for this one, I would recommend not doing that wall, just so you can go up. Because this is where you should put the door. Or not, because it won't let me put it. Whatever, put it back there. That works. Either way. So now you have the back area. I know it's getting dark, so I'm going to go ahead and pause and wait for it to get a little bit brighter, and we'll continue this video. All right, so now we're back from the pause. And to go across the front of the building, I forgot to tell you guys that this is a 12 wide. That's my bad on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 across. It's 16 down one side, 17 down the other, with the extra one being this four wide little entryway. So basically, it's a 16 by 12 building with a little entrance added to the one side. Rather large building. All right, so back to going what we're doing. So you see, after you put up all the stem walls and the door frames underneath with the pins and all that, well, the anthead totems, and then you can put decorations or whatever. I have a sign I think over top of each lane. I have 10 lanes. That's the one in my survival file has 10. The one here does not because, well, there's a rock in the way. Let me pause for 1 second. All right, back. Sorry about that. So, like I said, go all the way across. I have no clue why it's coming up crooked. That's weird. Like it. Shouldn't do that, though. I like it. All right. So, see, there's one area I forgot, and it's right here. It's the foul line. Because, you have that line you can't cross when you're bowling. See, that's why I said always try to sink them before you put the foundations in. Because if not, see how much easier it was without the foundation. It doesn't want to drop down for whatever reason. I see the arcade real quick. So the arcade had, let's see, 3 hoops. Let's set up the other portions of it first. Where the heck is that's what I'm looking for? No, I want that to go up. Actually, no. I want that to go there, and that go there. Just like that. So you're doing all the walls sunken in, except for the ones by the the back wall. You bring another one on top of that, and then go ahead and put your basketball goals in. Make sure we're facing the right way. And then let's see. Here we go. The nice thing about it is if you do the basketball goal first, you can do the floor on top of it like that. That way it looks like the ball would go in, excuse me, and then, roll back to the shooter. So, there we go. Now, one thing I did manage to do was I squeezed in here behind it and built a little light just to make it light up a little bit. I wasn't trying to make it like, way bright or anything like that. Okay, so there we go. One more light to do. Sometimes you have to go on the opposite side. In front of each one of these, I had a sign, representing kind of like the input, the score area. Then I managed to squeeze these in there. Oh, I almost had it. Just to give a different perspective to that light. I don't know why. Just wanted to. All right, over here is where we had the 4 games, the 4 like arcade machines, which are just workbenches in this game since we don't have anything else to use. Wrong thing. There we go. Okay. I said 4 arcade machines, and then fencing. Well, like the ropes, not fences, really. Now, of course, in the survival file, you can just blueprints, come back, get rid of the one blueprint you don't want. But that's the little arcade area. Like I said, 4 arcade games, whatever picture you want to put. A couple of basketball games to shoot at, and then there is the actual, bowling alley lanes themselves. So let's get down to that. Let's see. We're going to start with, where is it? This. I'm looking for this. So, let me turn off the alarm on my phone real quick. Every other lane gets one of these. So, 1, 2, it goes in the middle of this. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is where the ball would come back up for the ball return. And of course, a wall sunk halfway down in each spot. In between each one of these, because they're technically separate pits. If you've ever been bowling, you'll understand that what I mean. Since people really don't need to be going down here where the employees go. But they still don't put anything right there next to the file line. Up there like that. At least not the ones I bowled at many years ago. Okay, so we got the pit set up. Now we can go in with the chairs. I'm just going to go with a simple looking chair. I'm not going to do all the pits. I'll probably only just do the first 2. Now, if you can squeeze them all together and do 4 like this, work that way. Mine, I think I spaced them a little bit differently, so I wound up turning one. But this works too. I mean, either way it works. Or if you have a 5-man league, then you add an extra chair. Okay, and you would just keep going down chairs and all the other pits, just like so. 4 or 5, it's up to you. So that is where you have that going. Up here in between the pits, so where the 2 chairs come back to back like this, is where we have our table set up with extra chairs for spectators who are technically not on the team, therefore should not be down in the pit. I'm talking like bowling leagues, by the way, when I say that. And there's 4 of these, every other one. So not lined up behind here, but lined up behind the fences. So there would be 1 here. There'd be 1 right there. And 1 right here. We're not going to do 1 any further because I don't want them blocking the sidewall. Get that out of the way. And then I'll just set up 1 more thing over here. So this is for the, the parents or whatever that want to sit there and watch the kids bowl, or if you've got, a spouse or a friend on the bowling team and you want to sit up here and watch them, hey, this is your spot. But we can't actually sit. It's happening soon now. I don't know when though. Now we're going to go with, I have to have a wall above here with scoreboards, but I don't want it at this height, and I also don't want it that height. I want it halfway. Picky. So what I found the easiest way for me to do was to set a blueprint just like that. This blueprint sitting on that half wall gives me the perfect height for this. And I take this all the way across. Because remember, if you start off on top of one foundation, that's half a wall. Oops. Makes it easier for me to line these up just right. And then, even though I didn't need to, I did this anyway because they're cheap. And I put a little extra support. Nothing wrong with extra support in the game. And then in front of each lane, or right above each lane, like right here, scoreboard for the team. I'm only going to do the first 4. I'm not going to do them all. So that way you have your teams here. You got your scoreboard up above, ball return. There would be a computer here, but like I said, this wall is a bit too big. Now with the chairs all off to the side, this might work. If you have the chairs like that, you could then easily put that there. Mine would be blocked right now. I'd have to just rearrange it a little bit. That's all. But let me see. Did I get everything else? Oh yeah, in the back area, like I said, you had this storage area. It just had oh, I missed it. Workbench for repairs. Maybe a ladder or 2 for getting on top of the pin resetters or whatever. I don't know. Whatever you might need a ladder for. And of course, extra pins. Those from time to time they do break. There. So you got your extra pins in the back. You got your ladders. You got your work area. It's basically the employee area. So that door should be shut. That can just stay like that. I think this is how it is anyway. I don't remember. Yeah, your all your lanes set up with the pins. Well, I don't have all the lanes set up, but over here, you got your pit for your bowling teams, the area for extra spectators, your arcade area, refreshments, drinks, all the greasy, gross food you can get at a bowling alley. We all ate it though. If you ever went bowling, bowling balls, staff. They give out shoes. Oh yeah, there was one more dude. Security guy. He's security. Everybody else is actually doing their job. And then, of course, off the front, there was a little overhang. Very simple, just like so. Put up the two in triangle walls. Go find, where is it? Go find this. And because you're technically walking, yeah, that works. And then I think what I did was grabbed one of these, stuck it on each corner. And yeah, there's a lot of lights in here. Add as much lighting as you want. Obviously, lighting is all about your perspective of how bright you want it to be. Let me in. So that is my bowling alley build. There is a roof. I'm just not going to do that for the purpose of this build video to keep from being too long. We're already getting kind of long on the time. So this is my bowling alley build that I have in my world. It took about 15 to 16 hours to complete it. I did a really long stream. Dino Dutt was there, and we talked. He did his thing in his world, I did my thing in my world, and this is what I did. I got it done in quite some time. So if you guys like this content, would like to see more like it, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and until the next video, you guys have a good one.